my books.
Huh? Oh my goodness.
And
Unfortunately, due to an especially harrowing mold infestation, my book collection no longer resembles Rory Gilmore's. I lost a lot of books, including my Harry Potter series and all of my Anne Rice books. I thought my world might just come to an end. I've never met an English major who didn't love books, who didn't love to read, and I was very much one of those people. I carried a book with me everywhere I went. I made sure when I started carrying purses that every purse I carried was big enough to hold at least one, if not two, books. I resisted getting a Kindle when they first came out, even though it really is the perfect thing because it holds so many books, because I'm a purist snob. But also, having a heavy book in your bag makes for an excellent weapon. And with a Kindle, you don't have the same heft. Not to mention the fact that you could break the Kindle if you're not careful. I had to read Tolkien when I was in middle school, and I think I was one of the few who actually despised it. I've never been a huge fan of fantasy that's set in another world. Which is curious because I love Neil Gaiman. And I also love historical novels, anything set in the past, particularly in a medieval setting, I usually gobble up. But there's just something about fantasy novels of this kind that I can't get into. So when I realized that I would have to read Game of Thrones, I went into it with a sense of trepidation. I pretty much already knew that it was going to be a struggle for me to find any interest in it. So I thought to myself, well, you're busy. You're a grad student, you have a lot to read, you have a lot to get done. Why don't you give yourself a break and listen to the audiobook, get some knitting done. And I managed to pull together 3 scarves. I'm working on a 4th and possibly a 5th. Everyone's getting scarves for Christmas.